What is going on, Sky Squad? We are back in the building, y'all. Back in the building. Back in the building. Okay. A little bit of late breaking tea. I was going to wait until tomorrow to talk about this, but something in my spirit said, do it now. Okay. So when I saw this particular post and I had to dive into what was being said, baby. Garcelle is stirring up the juice on this season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And what just happened today? Mm, 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 mm. We got a season, y'all. We have got a season. And Garcelle better be on the lookout because these girls is going to be on her behind after this. Okay? But that's all right, though, because y'all know we're going to have her back. And so will the ladies from The Real based on what we are seeing today. Okay? Let us know where you're watching from in the chat. If you guys are in the chat right now, thank you guys for tuning in. Can you guys see and hear me clearly? Let me know if you can. Okay? And then we'll get started. Now, I already know typically a lot of times when you do more than like 2 or like on your 3rd video for the day, YouTube will not give out the notifications automatically. So it's fine that people will probably roll in as things go along. Okay. We got some of our normal people in the house. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. The tea is hot, baby. The tea is hot. Okay, loud and clear. The tea is hot. And I'm not even gonna hold y'all for that long. I just want to get this in here because yo, it's about to get crazy in Beverly Hills. And you know what? Your boy is excited. Okay. Now, let me go on ahead and open this up. I happened to see this first on the Queens of Bravo. And today on The Real, they talked about the drama going on with Erika and the request to hand over some diamonds. We talked a little bit about this, and a lot of what the storyline is about that happened over the weekend in Aspen is alleged to be discussion about these diamonds that, you know, the courts or the people want Erika to turn over in the Girardi cases and whatever, because they was allegedly bought with funds that should have been allocated to the victims. Okay. So because this is a topic of, it's a hot topic, it's news. As you guys know, on The Real, like with most chat type shows, they got to discuss the hot topics. And they didn't. Jessica says I wouldn't give him back. Lord, Jessica, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Because if the jewelry was purchased with funds that should go to the victims, similarly, how we talked about with Meredith, you know, wanting to know whether or not the gifts that Jen were providing them were purchased with funds that were allegedly used to defraud the elderly. You want to know where these goods are coming, like how it was purchased, because if it was purchased with money that is meant for victims, then you have no right to that, even if it was a gift, right? That's the basic premise of this issue. And so the ladies from The Real, they talked about it today. And it's interesting to me because I am sure this is going to play out on the show with just how things that happen on social media end up playing out on the show. Now that Garcelle is a member on this cast on The Real, and she may have to talk about these things, this is definitely going to have ramifications and a ripple effect for Garcelle on the show, okay? And you know, some of the core ladies are not going to be happy because they are very much pro Erika, okay? You already know who I'm talking about. The Kyles, the Lisa Rinnas, the Doreets. I'm hearing new girl Diana is on Team Erika. The Teddy Mellencamp, who may or may not make an appearance. We don't really even know, okay? So just to give you guys some perspective of how I think that this is going to play out. Okay. So here's where we are. Thank you for the super chat, Epe Fash. And Shamar says, based on how Erika wears her privilege, it doesn't surprise me that she wouldn't give them up. Boom. Okay. Thank you, Shamar, for that super chat. Okay, so this is what this is a preview of what she said and what the ladies from The Real had to say. And I'm gonna go through a couple of things because there's a big bomb in here. So you're gonna need to stick around. So one of the things that Garcelle says is when Erika shows up for work, she's diamond out. So she's got a lot. Getting rid of those earrings is not going to hurt her. So Garcelle, Lonnie, and Adrienne all are on the same page with, listen, if this was purchased with those funds, give the earrings back to the court or whoever so they can figure out what to do with them so that it can either go to restitution or somehow go back to the victims, right? So they're all on the same page with that. But here's where things get juicy, okay? Here's where things get really juicy.
Because she's same thing. Yeah. I would give.
Okay. They're basically saying here that if they were in Erika's shoes, they would give the jewelry back. But where things get real super duper juicy is when Lonnie lets us know that they filmed with Garcelle. And we knew this because we had seen the photos. We knew that when they filmed for Garcelle's birthday party, they were filming it for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The ladies from The Real were in attendance. Lonnie lets us know that Erika Jayne tried to talk to Adrienne and Lonnie and give them, I guess, her side of the story. Now, I'm clueless as to whether or not that's just about the case or if it was also about, maybe how Erika had treated Garcelle. And so I just want you guys I'm going to play a little bit of it and we'll discuss it. Just like to give you guys a little clip because it's better coming from Lonnie's mouth. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
No.
You remember when we went to Garcelle's birthday party?
Yeah.
And she came over to me and you?
Yeah.
And was trying to talk to us, and we were like this.
Okay, so Lonnie's already letting y'all know that they were not feeling Erika when Erika tried to make her way over to speak to them. So that's the shade number one right there. These ladies from The Real are going to have Garcelle's back because she needed it too. I mean, Lonnie's face pretty much said it all. You know what I'm saying? Look, come on. And Lonnie was looking just like that. And Lonnie's like, basically saying like, I'm looking like this and I got a camera on me, so I can't really give her what I'm really thinking about, right? So it's this face for me with Lonnie. It is this face right here for me with Lonnie, all right? So it gets even more interesting though. And this is where I wanted to jump on here live, because what they are alleging happened is that Erika was basically telling them that the people who have had her back throughout all of these allegations are people who look like this, okay? But the way she framed it was because Erika is a white lady, okay? So, I mean, we got to say it how it is. She was basically saying the people that have not had her back are the people that look like all the white people. That's basically what she was allegedly indicating, according to them. So the inference was that it was people of color, minorities, and the people of color are the ones who have had her back the most. And I was thinking to myself, now I've seen this post on quite a variety of pages. And my question to y'all is, because I know a lot of the people of color are watching right now. I mean, a lot of us we all different shades. We are, in this community, we are white, we are black, we are Puerto Rican, we are Asian, we are African, we are all different flavors of the rainbow. And that's what I love about this community. But I really got to ask specifically for my people of the color, my melanated people in the room. Do y'all feel like y'all got her back in this? Especially, you know, I mean, is it and what's the inference there? Is it that we get it because we too are persecuted and looked at sometimes crazy and funny and stuff like that? Is that it? What's the tea here? Now, I definitely don't believe, I don't think she was trying to, you know, say anything offensive. I think what she was trying to do was identify with LONI and with Adrienne. And I think she was trying to say that for her, from her perspective, she feels like it's been people of color who have not shunned her in the way that her own, you know, community might have been, you know, shunning her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I just had to come on here and ask y'all, you know, my melanated peoples, you know, do you feel like you think she didn't do it? Do you have her back even more? Is that what's the happening? And so let me give you a little bit of it.
Yeah. But I just felt like, you know,
You didn't want to hear anything.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, she was like, you know, the people that believe me the most.
She did.
And I was like,
She actually pointed at her own skin and said they are not.
yeah,
this.
yeah, that's what she said.
I was like, those are the people that are against me and the ones that associate.
Okay, and so you heard it there first. I mean, you heard it from me, but then you also got a little bit of it here. You know, that's one of those situations where you, as a person of color, you just sort of say to yourself, as if somebody said it to you, you just kind of be like, well, how do you want me to respond to that? You know what I'm saying? Because what I will say is this. As I watched the season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, my question initially before I started the season was, ooh, she was getting a divorce. This was my thought. I was like, I wonder if she was getting a divorce because she knew that this stuff was coming. And then it became, ooh, how much did she know about this situation? But then as I continued to watch the season, it became less about any of that. And it became like, ooh, she telling me so many different stories that contradict themselves. What is going on? And then it became, ooh, she's treating the rest of the ladies kind of mean and vicious. And so it honestly became less about, well, what did she know? And did she do this, you know, because she knew this was coming, to more about how are you treating the people around you that rightfully have questions? And why are you telling such cockamamie stories that don't seem to make any sense? You know what I'm saying? That's really what it came to. And Erika sometimes, to her own, she does herself no favors in the way that she maneuvers and moves throughout this whole situation. You know, on social media, she's so busy trying to be a bad bee and trying to be Kanye and troll the people that she don't even realize that she's turning people off. And so then when people got questions about her behavior, which is already questionable based on how she's acting on social media, she get angry and upset. But ultimately, Erika could change the narrative of this whole situation if she would just act with a little bit of humility, move throughout this process as though she seemed to care more about the victims and less about herself. Then I feel like people in the public will offer her more grace as she continued to maneuver through this situation and let the court of law handle everything in the long run. Because to me, if I'm her lawyer, which I am not a lawyer, and this is not legal advice, But if I was her lawyer, I would basically tell her, listen, you're going to have to change how you move. We need you to be, we need you to be demure, serene. We're going to need to see some tears. We're going to need to feel a general sense that you are remorseful for what the victims have gone through. That is what you need to do. Okay. And if people ask you about the case and it's something you can't talk about, you just simply say, I have been advised by my counsel not to speak about this, but my heart goes out to anyone that has suffered in any way, shape, or form in this scenario. That is not an admission of guilt, but it does tell people, hey, my heart goes out to people. Okay, that's how you move in this situation. But she has not moved in that way, and so the narrative that she is painting is one that is very skewed and not in a good way in her defense. Okay. So I just thought I had to share that with y'all today. Ain't it some wild stuff happening today? What's going on in the world? I mean, really, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Somebody make it make sense. Now, with all that being said, with all that tea that they spilled on the reel today, y'all already know. Them girls that's got Erika's back, they gonna they gonna give it to her. You bet your bottom dollar. They gonna give it to her. Going out with a bang, baby. Going out with a bang. But we gonna be watching. You know. Don't know how we do it. We're gonna be watching. We got our eyes on the situation. And we watching. All right. That's all I got for y'all today. Listen, I might be a little bit late getting y'all the news tomorrow. Well, I hate to say news, more like the commentary tomorrow. But listen, if something go down, best believe we'll talk about it tomorrow afternoon. Side note, shout out to Rihanna, expecting. Shout out to Nick Cannon, expecting. Nick Cannon is just, he is just firing on all cylinders. Okay, every which way. But congratulations to him nonetheless. Okay, that's all I got for y'all. I just wanted to come on here and chat with y'all real quick because I knew I was gonna be late getting with y'all tomorrow, but this happened just now, and I was like, I got some questions for the community. Let me ask y'all what y'all think about this, because it's unsettling to me. Okay, somebody said the brat was expecting. Is that the truth? Is that for real? Well, if so, congratulations to her too. Okay, congratulations to her too. All right, y'all. We up out of here. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later.